Me there, here I am now. You got me because I was rejected there.
I was saying, as
60
that was
years
going
later,
through, it was like Abbott and Costello sort of routine, and you said...
Well, you don't think they spent money on new scripts, do you? We used all those old ones.
How many series did you do? How many shows, in actual fact, did
We
you do?
did 56.
Oh, I thought it was 67.
Well, I'm not going to argue with it. It's too early.
All right,
No.
we won't fight over it.
You will too.
No, I won't.
The stunts. Did you do your own stunts in it?
But stunts.
The-
We didn't
the-
do anything.
Well,
I think
I
the big-
saw one the other day where you went flying through the air for skateboarders.
We did a bit, yeah, but I think the biggest stunt we pulled off was getting up at 6:30 in the morning and
do the
making it to
show.
the studio every day.
Prior to the show, you had worked as a muser, and you done folk stuff and that.
Yep.
With yourself and
Theatre, mostly. I was on Broadway at the time.
Mickey hadn't either, had he?
Mickey was a circus boy. He had his own
yeah,
TV
realised
series.
Mickey was also
Was he
in a
music-
rock group. He was also
Oh,
lead
so he
singer.
was musically inclined.
Yes, one called The Missing Links. Really?
So you had three... you had three people that could play instruments. Could you play?
No, not when we
He was.
first
Wait a
started.
minute. He was a magnificent tambourine player.
Yes, I
Yeah,
know.
it's not, actually, a lot of people don't realise the tambourine is a very difficult instrument to play, and I still haven't mastered it.
You can
So-
miss, you know. You can go right through.
The whole thing.
But you're real good with the maracas.
Not bad. It was all just effect and for fun, you know. And I obviously have learned to play a few chords, and I enjoy playing the guitar now. The prop has become a friend.
So when it came to making those first records, were you guys the actual players on the records? Or did you have session people help you
You
out?
mean you haven't read the publicity?
This is one that I've never known. I was
never-
in a band
he's never
at
read
the
the-
time. Let me tell you.
A lot of musicians played like Glenn Campbell, Hal Blaine, a chap is in Sydney living now is
Louis Shelton.
Louis Shelton.
Louis Shelton.
And obviously we would step in the studio from time to time. I mean, I know.
And whip the players so
Yeah,
that.
we had one album, Headquarters, which was the third album, and right, and we played totally on that. We spent 6 weeks in the studio. It's Peter's favorite album, and no other musicians except for a little horn player, trumpet player was there.
Yeah.
It was more to do with the time. We were filming a TV show, we were touring, we were doing so much, and so it was very difficult to
No, that's the.
to do everything.
You got it now.
This is what we're doing here. Let's see. Hold which camera there. that one.
available, and the tour is on.
And the tour is on.
And there's
We
also
left
the
this for you.
videos available. And I wanted to come back and talk.
Let's see the
about
venue in
the video.
Melbourne and
Yeah.
the Twin Town Services Club and.
He's the promoter
Oh, are we going to be
now,
back?
is
Oh,
he?
this is not the end.
You're doing
Oh,
it.
thank goodness.
No,
I
we're
thought we
coming
were...
back shortly, if that's okay. We'll have a look at Lone Justice Lone Justice with Shelter, and then we'll come back and talk more with the Monkees. Obviously, we got time problems this morning, and I just can't work it out. Be back with Peter and Davy shortly. Our special guests out of the Monkees on Sounds this morning. Give them another welcome. Make them happy here in Australia. Can we talk about your recent sellout tour of America? It was one of the biggest grossing tours across the country last year in the States.
One of the very biggest grossing, one of the grossest tours all year anyway.
One of the grossest, yeah.
We
Did that
toured for
amaze you
7
after
months.
you'd been here?
Not really. We were pretty ready for it. It was a
warming
great
up
tour
to
for us
that.
last year here in Australia, and obviously we've come back because we enjoyed it a lot.
Up in the Gold Coast is where you warm up for that kind of thing anyway.
My word. And you'll do that again now, because it's the worst time of the year for you. Mike and Mickey, did they both work with you at any one stage on
Yeah,
the tour?
yeah, they
Mike
did.
and, Mike and Mickey?
Yep.
Well,
Mickey,
Oh, those guys. Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Mickey was with us all the time, and Mike joined us a couple of shows, and they're busy working now in LA about working out some time to possibly do a feature movie, the four of us.
the four.
Actually, what it is, yeah, they want to be grown-ups. So they're making, you know, executive decisions.
And so
But they want to be grown-ups. So they're making, you know, executive decisions.
and so
But we
we're
don't
out
want to
there
be grown-ups. We
entertaining.
want to be children.
Become like Leave It to Beaver. You can play the kids and they can play the adults.
That would be interesting,
Yes,
wouldn't it?
I won't go any further on that one.
Yeah,
the new
thanks.
Monkees.
Yeah.
Have you seen those guys?
We saw them on television.
Did
Yeah.
you audition for that?
No.
No, please.
I wasn't asked, but I actually, if I had auditioned, I would have wanted to play Mickey's part because I always wanted to be the drummer.
All right.
Yeah.
I would have taken Mickey's part because I wanted to be taller.
Same here. What do you think down the track, the new Monkees? Do you think it'll work?
Who can say? It's certainly not up to me. I mean, it's not my decision. Thank you. I'm very glad about that too, because if it were,
I suggest
I'd probably
they
make
get
the
good
wrong
lawyers.
one.
Yes. Which
And,
brings me to a point.
Okay.
Did you guys get the money that you should have got from the TV series and the movie?
We made a lot of money. We spent a lot of money. We were all sort of like 20 years
Define
old.
your terms. What do you mean by what we should have?
Well, legally.
According to whom?
I mean,
you know?
did you go in as youngsters and not know what you
We
should be
didn't
doing?
know.
Well, you
Nobody
pay a
knows when
penalty
they
for
start.
going in as youngsters.
Yeah.
You go in as youngsters, you don't make as much as you do if you're sophisticated, hard-headed businessmen. That's the way. Of course, and that's why they chose us, because they wanted.
You were youngsters.
Yes.
We made a
youngsters.
lot of money. We had a great time. You know, it was well worth it. What we didn't get, we didn't know about. So who cares?
Who cares, right? And the videos that are currently now, there's 2 home videos, Volume 1 and 2, which feature a couple of the shows and a lot of the songs in the shows.
Yeah, it's
you know that you're going to
We
get
don't make
residuals
we
off
don't make
these?
any money on that. No.
Well, not much. A little bit.
Yeah. Well, you told me you got a check.
You'll
I
be
did.
able to buy
It
some
had
more
3
horses.
zeros on it.
I know. I've had those before too from those people.
And actually, it was your check I got.
I think it's great. I mean, it's a compliment when they start putting your shows on video and everyone can see it at home. They've shown it across America all the time. I understand it's playing in New Zealand. I understand it's playing.
It's here.
Is it playing
all
here?
over the place. Up in Newcastle, I think they take them. They take us now, but they
Fabulous.
take the Monkees. Now, we played earlier in the show, and some stations weren't with us. Batman, it's a big sort of cult thing. You actually auditioned to be
Well,
one?
I did. Yeah, around about the Monkees times, we went up to test for the part of Robin, and it was quite interesting. But I didn't fancy the tights and the whole thing. You know what I mean? I was a bit.
Actually, what it was, the mask was going to hide his eyes, and he couldn't bear it.
Couldn't bear that.
Just, no, I don't want to.
What I did want to tell you is that I have a book that's coming out called "They Made a Monkey Out of Me," and it'll be available pretty soon,
Look
in the
forward
next
to
sort of
that.
2 weeks.
Okay, and of course the album's around.
Yeah.
The videos around. The books are around. These
The tour
books,
is
we're looking
around.
at
I've got a
your
single
You're
volume
around.
artwork, too.
We're
We're all
around.
around.
The kids are around. Your audience is around.
We're all still around, and we're going to the track too, aren't we?
We are
To the
going to the
races?
track, definitely. You're an
Fabulous.
amateur jockey, is that correct?
I have a jockey license in England. I ride, and I also breed. I've got a couple of horses, and it's one of my.
The Grand National is the big...
It's the biggie. The Grand National is the thriller minute, and I would like to have said that to my grandkids, which I don't have yet, that I did ride the National, and hopefully we got in the winner's circle.
From here on in, 1987, what can you see you doing after touring Australia? What are the plans?
Well, we might make a movie. We might. We'll almost certainly do a record. In fact, we're certainly going to do a record. And
Tell them about my record that's coming out.
oh, Davy has a record that's coming out too.
Jeez,
Why am I
isn't
plugging
it
your
a-
record,
isn't it?
Jones? For God's sake!
Because
You
I-
come on here and you plug your own
I
record.
plug
You plug your
your-
book. I don't have a record.
Yes, but if you did have a record, I would plug
It's
it.
easy for you to say,
Yeah.
isn't it?
So he's got a record.
So
and
he's got a
book coming
record.
out.
He's got a book.
You're
in
going to
hand.
hang around and do
That's
a
right.
few records.
That's right. And I'm just going to go home and play with my synthesizer.
Good on you, mate. Thank you very much for coming in, both of you.
It's a pleasure.
Have a look at your first hit here in Australia, 1966. I think Neil Diamond wrote it.
Yep.
Last Train.
Oh,
No,
no. Tommy Boyce and Bobby
Boyce,
Hall.
Bobby Hart.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's take the last train to Clarksville.
All right.
And let's thank Davy and Peter from the Monkees. Watch out for them. They start at the venue next week.